The pandemic has radically changed the world as we know it, and the actions we take today as we work to recover will define our generation.
Now is the time to think what history would say about this crisis.
2020 has been challenging on a lot of levels, as economic, environmental and societal frailties have been laid bare. But it's also proved that when we need to, we can act rapidly and restructure our lives.
The recovery from the pandemic is an opportunity. We can see rays of hope in the form of a vaccine, but there is no vaccine for the planet. Nature needs a bailout.
You don't want to go back to the status quo that you had before simply because it was the status quo that got us here.
With everything falling apart, we can reshape the world in ways we couldn't before. Ways that better address so many of the challenges we face. And that's why so many are calling for a great reset. A great reset? That sounds more like buzzword bingo masking some nefarious plan for world domination. Hands up, this kind of slogan hasn't gone down well. But all we really want to say is that we all have an opportunity to build a better world. And it's not surprising that people who've been disenfranchised by a broken system and pushed even further by the pandemic will suspect global leaders of conspiracy. But the world's not that simple. Every one of us has differing priorities, values, and ideas. That's part of why solutions are so hard to come by, and why we all need to be involved in the decision-making. Because whether it's politicians, CEOs, academics, activists, or you, we're all about getting people together, even those you may not like, to sit down at the table and develop solutions that work for all.
Not only to fight severe virus, but to shape the system.
We have a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity to learn lessons and reset ourselves on a more sustainable path. It is an opportunity we have never had before and may never have again. So we must use all the levers we have at our disposal, knowing that each and every one of us has a vital role to play.
The Great Reset is a welcome recognition that this human tragedy must be a wake-up call. It is imperative that we reimagine, rebuild, redesign, reinvigorate and rebalance our world. Rebalancing investment, harnessing science and technology, and advancing the transition to net zero emissions, all elements of the Great Reset, are fundamental to building the future we need.
And that last one was the clown Guterres, who was at the Climate Ambition Summit, telling us the world is going to cook by 3.5 degrees or something by the end of the century. Yeah, right. This Great Reset is as serious and as dangerous a threat to our prosperity, to your prosperity and your freedom, as we have faced in decades, with these powerful bodies, including the World Economic Forum, the United Nations, the International Monetary Fund, and even Prince Charles boasting, yes, boasting that within a few short years, yes, their words, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Remember, this is not me saying this, this is them. They are even running ads for the Great Reset.
Like say Shalom, Koholoyim La, Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi. Let's take up the bonus sales of GMS and honest Akim, and peace and bless you, brothers and sisters that listen over elect, Koholoyim La, Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi. And do this lesson today to the power of Yahawah, Shem Yahawashi, the great the reset. Because YouTube going to take down the video because of the algorithm, because they did it to me last time. So I'll just say the great for now. But they had the meeting over in Davos, over in Switzerland. The world leaders coming together, well, the World Economic Forum, right, to revamp capitalism, right? There's been much they sustained development program that they have in the works, and they think they're gonna accomplish it by 2030, which that's not gonna happen, man. Okay, and like the guy explained, the Ang explained, and they showed in the commercial, it says, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Okay, so this great raise is only going to profit who? The elite, the super elite, man. Everybody else is just going to be slaves, and they're just going to be a battery, okay, for them, the people that's left. We all know that monetary system that they want to bring to pass is a microchip fusing with technology, man. That's what they talk about, smart cities, you know, cleaner air, and I'm gonna do a video on that as well. Okay, that all ties into the fourth industrial revolution, all of it, man. And they've been showing predictive programming on these things. Okay, so Esau, he's not fit to rule, man. This is crazy, man. All right, and they keep saying that's why that video, most of the video has more dislikes than likes. Because people saying, yo, this is a dystopia film. This is Orwellian. This is what George Oswald was talking about, man, in 1984. You see it happening right before your very eyes, man. That's why anybody who speaks out against these things, automatically they shut down your channel, shut down your videos. The First Amendment right has been expelled. Now let me get this article here. CNN came up with this article, which I'm surprised. It's called America's Billionaires Have Grown 1.1 Trillion Richer During the Pandemic. Now, how was that possible? Billionaires are minting money during the pandemic, even as millions of Americans joined the ranks of the poor. It says U.S. billionaires have collectively become 1.1 trillion, nearly 40% richer. See? You have the Elon Musk, you have Bezos, okay? You had the Zuckerberg idiot. He made how much billions of dollars during this whole pandemic, okay? All these billionaires are becoming richer and richer, man. But these are the same people who talk about they want to fight inequality. Esau's a joke, man. Okay? You got houses prices is surging. You know what I mean? You got people losing their jobs. Restaurants shutting down. All these mom and pop stores shutting down. And people are more reliant on the government because this is their gold, man. This is their plan. Now I'm going to read one of the Canadian officials who's against the Great Re. They had a meeting in Canada. And he said about 30% of them, or 30 to 40% of them had disagreed with this Great Re because they gave them the blueprint on what they're going to do for this year. This is part of that blueprint. So I'm not going to read it, the whole thing, because like I said, the algorithm will pick up on it and it will take down the video. Okay? So I'm going to read certain parts, but he said, along with provided the great roadmap, I'm going to leave it up there for a little bit. Right, so the elite, man, they want to further strangle the planet, man. Strangle you people. Okay? He said, along with the Strategic Planning Committee, designed an effective way for transitioning Canadians to meet an unprecedented economic endeavor. Okay? So pretty much they said, I'm not going to read the whole thing like I said, they're going to suspend all your debt. Okay? Your mortgage, your loans, your credit cards. But you have to join the World Debt Reprogram. See? And they'll get rid of all your debt. All your college loans, your mortgage, everything. But like I said in this article, when you read further down, your ownership in all property and assets you'll lose forever. You are a slave, man. And on top of that, you have to take the V vaccine. And then you'll be able to travel. Okay? And we know the microchip is going to come right after that, man. Or simultaneously with it. This is their future, man. Suspend all your rights, all your assets, all your loans and your mortgages will be suspended. But in return, all your assets, you have to give it up to us. And you have to take vaccine. And you have to get microchip. It's crazy, man. Crazy, bro. You see? Even these Edomites are getting scared because why? You base crackers, you're not a part of their plan. The super elite don't got the super elite don't have you guys in their plan, man. They also want you as slaves as well. Alright? Your kingdom is divided, man. That's why the scripture says this. Let me read a couple of precepts. Let's get let's get James 5:1. This is James 5:09. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl, for your miseries that shall come upon you. You guys think you're going to set this thing up. Misery's going to come. The scripture says you're going to be led into many straits. Your riches are corrupt and your garments are moth-eaten. Illegal, dishonest gains. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Because how did they get this land? How did they get the world's resources? They stole it, man. Okay, and then they set up puppet leaders, they set up puppet governments, and they reap all the benefits out of the land, man. And the people that's indigenous to the land end up suffering and have to end up turning to immorality in order to survive, man. Not only to Israelites in America, he did it to the Hamites, he did it to the Arabs. Okay, you got them. He did it to the Moabites, man. And then retards want to join him. But a lot of that's going to backfire. Okay, because it was Esau who set up the whole how you call it, whole Hong Kong, right? And then you had them rebelling and bucking up against China. You see? And then it says, shall eat your flesh as a fire. He hath heaped treasures together for the last days. See? Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which of you kept back by fraud. See? So they're not even paying people, man. That's against the law, man. Cried, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth, man. Okay? The Lord of armies, man. The Most High is a man of war. See? So Esau kept back a lot of his, because in this capitalistic society, you give your labor for wages, man. All right, because truth be told, we don't own anything, man. Okay, they have something called eminent domain. We don't, even if you have a quote unquote house, you don't own the land that the house is on. They can take that back. All right, and we reading under this new program they're gonna have. You're not gonna own anything. See, even though you work hard for it, you bust your ass. Esau's saying, well, look, a part of this new debt program is either you get down with it. If you don't get down with it, we're gonna bring you to an isolation camp and put your ass to death or torture you. Okay, that's what they had. They had it in the commercial. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That is wicked as hell, man. Okay, that's why. In fact, when you go into the law, you ain't supposed to see, Deuteronomy 24:14. This is one of the laws. There's many laws on dealing with servants. Okay, you had somebody, Israelite servant, work for you for 7 years. You're supposed to give that man his you're supposed to set that man up so where he had enough, man. Esau didn't do that for us, man. Okay, we had that, the worst kind of slavery, chattel slavery, right here in America. You see? But in the law, let me read Deuteronomy the 24th chapter. Let me even jump to the other one. Let me see, Deuteronomy 24 verse 12. It says, and if a man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. See? And if any case thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own raiment, and bless thee, and he shall be righteousness unto thee before Yahawashi. And thou shalt not oppress an hired servant, because that's what we are in this kingdom. The Israelites run around talking about you free. You're hired servants, man. Okay, even if you have your own quote unquote business, you're subject to all kind of taxes that this man makes up through his different laws, man. You see? You look at all these businesses now. Esau's telling him you have to shut down at 10 o'clock. You can't have people inside your restaurants a certain time. That's oppression, man. Okay? And all of those businesses are shutting down. And the billionaires are getting richer. And the middle class is getting wiped out. Right? It says, let's read on. Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers. See? That are in thy land within thy gates. He was not supposed to oppress the poor and needy. And Esau, who has the Bible, who swears on the Bible, don't keep these laws, man, because that great re is wicked as hell, man. Okay? Take people's property away. You see? And force them to get a vaccine and the chip. Alright? And this is one of the laws, when you had a servant and he served you for 7 years, 6 years, it says, let's read the law. Deuteronomy 15 and 12. It says, if thy brother and Hebrew woman or Hebrew man or Hebrew woman be sold unto thee and serve thee 6 years, in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And you also have something called the year of Jubilee as well. It says, and when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberty out of thy flock and out of thy floor. So you're supposed to set that man up. He wants to start his own family. See? So he has his own flock, his own floor, his own wine press. Of that wherewith Yahawashi thy power have blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. Supposed to help set that man up after he put in the time, man. So he started following none of these laws, man, and he hasn't learned because he wants to afflict people even more, even his own people. That's why the scripture says. Let me read Psalms the 73rd chapter. So I'm not gonna bring those precepts out. We see the game, man. That scripture says in Psalm 73. Okay. So all you jakes with your future goals and your future plans, you are a fool, man. Ain't no future, man. Okay? That's what Esau said, man. He's going to take all your property away. And Obama had passed these different legislations. This is the NWO. Okay? We're suspending your 4th, your 5th, your 6th Amendment right. They suspended the Constitution already underneath FEMA. Alright? Our scripture says in Psalm 73 verse 3, he said, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there are no bands in their death, for their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. You see? Verse 7, their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt. They speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. It's nothing to them. It's a light thing. All right? Because they look at you like you're goyim. Okay? It's a secret council, man. This is the elite, man. We're talking about the top, what people call the Illuminati. These Amalekite bankers on down. Okay? Then you have the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission. Okay? The UN. These other world leaders. See, and you jakes, you know we're in sight, man. So this place have to go down, man. Or else they gonna put us right back in chains, right? And the vast majority of us gonna be eliminated. Okay. Of course, Yahawashi Shah is not gonna allow that to happen, man. Oh, there's a scripture once again, Psalms 12. Let me get that precept. Psalms chapter 12. What King David say? The whole chapter is good. But this is what the Most High said. Psalms chapter 12 verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I rise, said Yahawashi Shah, and I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. So we gonna be alright, Lord willing, the hopeful elect. The words of Yahawashi Shah, pure words, are silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times, man. This word, man. This word is power in this word, and this word is going to bring this man down. Thou shalt keep them, O Yahawashi Shah. Thou shalt preserve them from this generation forever. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. The wickedness is at an all-time high. Why? Because the vilest man, Esau, the most base man, is ruling. He's the rulers, he's the magistrates, okay? He's the bankers. The world is in his image right now, man. The world is given into the hands of the wicked. That's why he's being exalted, okay? That's why he's all puffed up and proud, talking about this great re. But the Most High gonna destroy you, man. I'm gonna read one more precept, bring more precepts out, but like I said, point is already made. You know, they had their meeting this week. You know, their secret council, and their own people is coming up against them, these base Edomites, because they're not in the plan. They have a problem with that, man, which proves that your kingdom going to go down. Psalms 82 verse 1. So Psalms 82 1. The Most High standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. How long will he judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. You see? Deliver the poor and needy and rid them out of the hand of the wicked, man. You see? Deliver them out of the hand of the wicked, man. Okay, who's the poor and needy? Israel, man. We need to be delivered, man. Have to, man. The kingdom of heaven. And that's the beautiful thing. Our kingdom is coming up next. That's the beautiful thing, man. Russia, you ain't gonna rule next. China, you ain't gonna rule next. Esau's great read, NWO, the Georgia Guidestones. He's not going to fully succeed in bringing that forth. He's also going into chains, man. That's the parable of the rich man. All right. So, you know, we going through all of this, but Scripture says the Most High set a boundary that you cannot pass, man. And your time is up. So with that, I'm going to say, Call Yahawashi Shalom.